Hello and welcome back. Okay, so on the last episode, George's computer, it didn't like crash, but it like, she got a notification right when my alarm went off that was like, oh, by the way, you've disconnected, sorry. And I was saying, I was trying to keep it together, but the recording came off and I was like, oh god, it's going to be ruined, my YouTube channel's going to crash. And I was saying to myself, if we can't join back in, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to take a screenshot of these two screens and we're going to start another game and put all of our units exactly where they were. They'll never know the difference. So we didn't end up doing that, fortunately. So the good, and apparently in this game you can rejoin in if you crash or if you come out, you can rejoin that game at any time, which is an absolutely amazing feature. Even if you're in the middle of a turn, you can just drop out and come back. So that is fantastic. I am talking and George isn't replying, not because she hates me, but because I know it seems that way, but it's because she is thinking and doing tactical.
It is because I just was reading and I got a knight.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I got a knight because they move 6 spaces and hopefully he'll be able to capture places that all my puppers cannot.
Oh, yeah. That's a very good idea, actually. Yeah, that's a great counter to you. Oh, we both went full dog build.
Yeah.
Would have been very sensible.
We went to make packs.
Yeah. We are very new to this game. It is a little bit like it's tricky. There's a high, like, if you go to the Steam page, it even says, it says what every single video game on Steam says, which is, it's easy to learn, but has a high difficulty curve, and is difficult to master, and I'm like, yeah, sure you are, but I've been playing it for about, I think I have an hour in this game, and I'm like, yeah, it's, there's a lot to it. I opened up the which characters you can build, and I was like, oh, it's a lot of characters that you can build. While you finish up your turn, I'm just going to explain this a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
So you can see some minions are effective and vulnerable to certain people, and what that means is if you're effective to a different type of unit, like for example the pooch, which this guy is, pooches are vulnerable to other pooches, and also they're effective against other pooches, and they're also effective against mages. Most things I believe are effective against mages. Let me check. Yeah, basically everything is effective against mages. And they are also effective against something very interesting. But basically what that means is you can do more damage to the creatures that you're effective against, and you take more damage against the creatures that you are vulnerable against. So this guy, for example, he is vulnerable against everything, which is very convenient for me. And unfortunately, he's not vulnerable against the one unit that can reach him. Oh, you one square off, you thinking son of a bitch.
You're welcome.
You so-and-so. I didn't mean that, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Such vile language. So and so.
The other thing is, I don't shut up, so she's going to know exactly what I'm doing every time I make a turn. So, as you can see, she's kind of going over here. I'm not sure what her plan for this unit is, but I know her well enough to know that she's thinking of something cheeky and strategizing. So, but I can reach her with my archer, but if I do that, I'll end up moving it in, and if he can get to my archer, I am in a bad spot, because I believe these guys are vulnerable against infantry units. Let me check that. They are, yes, this guy here is an infantry unit. So I need to protect my archer with that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my pooches up, who, remember, get a attack bonus if they're adjacent to each other. And that should keep him away from my archer. But then what I can do is I can move up here and attack while my pooches guard my archer. So, yeah!
Very clever.
Thank you. I made it myself. Oh, and also, if your units take damage, they deal less damage back. So, this guy is at 4 HP at the moment, so he does 40% of the damage. He also captures much more slowly than units with full HP do. The converse of that is, I don't have any. I have this guy who can maybe capture stuff. He can capture stuff, but this guy also might be a bit of a red herring while she distracts me while she captures herself. Seems like that was the point of that guy. Well, she got me with that. She got me with that one, I suppose. But so what I'm going to do, and I hate that I'm saying this, but I'm going to lead an army of pooches, maybe? So, what is a Grenguard? Oh, this guy's a knight. I'll take one knight so that I can maybe capture things if I do end up conquering over there. But most of my units are very spread out. I have 2 battalions kind of sent out at the moment, one to the north and 3 actually, one to the north, one to the middle, and one to the south. Whereas George is much more focused around the central location of her base, which means attacking offensively to get to her, like, her base, as opposed to attacking defensively to get to her base is going to be a tricky thing to do. So for now, I'm probably going to maybe rally up a defense to maybe try and get a money advantage, and maybe, like, so that can I buy things somewhere? I'll never remember what the places where you can buy things look like. I should really capture this, actually, yes. And where is my unit? There he is. What are you? Oh. I'm probably going to end up having one stronger battalion go to the south. And the problem with that is, very interestingly, is that the battalion to the north is then closer to George's overall squad. So it's a tough situation for me to be in, but I will have a unit advantage, but I will also have a position advantage.
That's what you think.
Yeah, that's not what you want to hear. I'm also going to buy one of these just as like a defensive measure, and that ends my turn.
I forgot you could get things from those.
These little,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, it's a very important. Oh, and also you can right click and hold on, sorry. You can right click and go to how the hell? You can left click and go to overview, and you can see all of the units, the income that you're making per turn, and the amount of gold you have spare. So I have 21 units. George is 16. I have 700 gold per turn. George is 500 per turn. And I have 0 gold in the bank, and George is 500 in the bank. That's dating a YouTuber for you. And yeah, for the most part, I have a unit advantage, but she has a current gold advantage, so she could maybe make a bunch of infantry this turn. She could capture a bunch, but at the moment it's looking like I have a slight lead. That is what I think.
Boy, just you wait.
Yeah, she's being very sneaky and not giving anything away. Like, I'd be like, and that is my tactic, and turn to you, and you'll be completely silent, and I'll be like, fascinating. So it does give us time to kind of work out what she's doing. She captured that thing at the middle. She captured the ones to the north and to the south, and didn't get the ones to the middle. So there's clearly some tactics going on there that my tiny brain cannot comprehend. So, but for the most part, it's looking like she has a. Actually, we're about even for territory zoned. Which is actually really bad because this creates the stalemate that I was very afraid of. So it's gonna mean I'm gonna.
Oh, don't worry, it'll end very
What are
soon.
you doing? Are you saving up money to build a fucking golem? Or what is it called?
No, that's just the money I get each turn because I'm too good at this.
Oh, right. I didn't think so. Well, that's my mistake. Also, yeah, you get a money bonus when you're not good. She has a severe advantage over me because she is good at the game. But yeah, for the most part, I kind of want to like do my tactic of saving up for the really expensive units, but that isn't really that practical because if you do that, she's just gonna make a bunch of infantries, capture a bunch of like houses and towns like that, and then have enough money to have all of the units that she made before and the big units. So it does incentivize kind of having a quick going with this. And the problem that you always had with Advance Wars was that turtling was, oh good, fantastic, you're holding that bridge. But the problem that Advance Wars always had for me was that it would be very, it was very encouraged to start turtling and kind of just encourage the other person to attack and let them run into your trebuchets and things like that. But, and I never did that because I'm the most impatient person. If anyone's watched the Pokemon series, well, no, I'm the most impatient player. Oh, it's raining, that's cool. Yeah. Also, graphics in this game, can we talk about
They're
how
so gorgeous.
they are amazing? You love pixel art. You were
Oh,
amazing.
pixel art will always have my heart, I swear to God. Trying to find a good pixel artist is so difficult nowadays.
Yeah.
And this art style is just eye candy.
Yeah, to get like getting like you say a commission of a pixel artist is like, if they're good, they are very expensive, and if they're like not good, they aren't. But I know if you're gonna commission something, you can commission it right, you know. And the other thing is that I don't know, just in terms of video game art styles, it's becoming a lot more popular. Cause I killed someone, right? On the little Pikmin ghost. But if you what was I talking about? Pixel art. Pixel art is a lot more common nowadays because of the whole indie scene that's really, really evolving, and I love that. I think that's fantastic. But at the same time, it's also becoming a lot more. I don't know, easy. You know, like pixel art has become kind of like an excuse to not go all out in designing stuff. You know, it can kind of be like, oh, it's made by an indie developer, and as cool as that is, like Chucklefish is the classic example of a developer that is an indie dev making everything himself. But at the same time, it's like, it's not an excuse for making a bad looking game. You know, but at the same time, this game looks absolutely incredible. Like it is beautiful. Like I love pixel art too. It's the little particle effects with this, something you don't see very often. And it was the same with Stardew Valley, which had kind of a pixel art thing. Do you have a favorite like style of art? Like, do you prefer like anime art style in a video game, or do you prefer?
Oh, that's very difficult for me to answer actually, because as an artist, I find beauty in a lot of art styles. Like, I love this pixel art because I think you really have to be very skilled at it in order for the details to come across in your characters without them looking lazy, as you say.
Yeah.
And then I also love anime because I'm a fucking weeb. And I also like some grotesque art styles because, like, you know, a little bit of candy gore is always beautiful to me. Yeah.
You did that comic a while ago. Have you uploaded that comic?
Oh, only the first page, I'm afraid.
That's the important one. That's what I was going to talk about. You have a comic on youtube.com, patreon.com/LadyNightLight. One of the things I'm going to plug, while I'm shamelessly plugging you, what else? You can just back words at me. You're on DeviantArt, aren't you?
Yeah.
And Amina. She's on basically, if there's a platform, Google LadyNightLight on it, you'll probably find her. Oh no, she's going, no, don't subscribe to her! Unfollow her! Don't donate to her. Oh, bollocks. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, the pooch ran away. I like how the dogs don't die.
They just run.
Yeah, the dogs don't die, but the other things get brutally maimed and mauled and murdered. Like the humans, fucking murder them, but the pooches just get scared. You too, pooches. But because you put up that comic a while ago of us actually playing Terraria. You did that webcomic of the two of us playing that, and that was really cute. I really liked that. And well, is that a wagon?
Maybe.
When did you get a wagon? Capable of transport. How many units are in this wagon? Oh fuck. Oh no. So George's tactic is probably to get down here before I do, and maybe have even more of an army going down to the south. She might end up having more people here, but I'm telling you one thing. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm engaging in an army. This is going to be the battle. This is going to be fucking. This is actually exactly like in the battle of what was the one? Hastings, I believe. It took place at the very top of a hill, and I believe there's a really interesting video on this. There's a guy called Baz Battles on YouTube, and he a lot of his stuff isn't really that historically accurate, if I'm being honest. He's a very interesting concept, and he's good to watch as as an entertainer, but historically he's not very accurate. He did a video, basically what he does is he makes battle simulations of wars that took place in history, and he does it with these little like squares and kind of like he shows the animations and the troop tactics that they went through, and it's a great idea, but he isn't the best researcher in that regard. He did a video on the battle of the battle of, I think it was the battle of the Boyne, the battle of the of Brian Boru's last battle, where it was the Irish people versus the Vikings. The problem with that is that battle wasn't the Irish people versus the Vikings. That battle was of the I believe it was the Hiberno. Really, it was the battle of the people who didn't want a unified Ireland versus the people who did want a unified Ireland. And Brian Boru, who was a South Irish general of, I believe, Cork, ended up conquering a lot of. He ended up conquering basically all of Southern Ireland, most of Western Ireland, and then expanded east to get to Dublin, the capital of Ireland at the time, where there were Viking settlements. And there's a common misconception that battle was the battle of the Irish versus the Vikings, where the Irish were victorious and drove out the horrible Vikings. But Hiberno Norse people fought alongside Brian Boru in that war, as well as fighting in Ireland at the time. So it's hard to say that was a war of the Vikings versus the not Vikings, or the Vikings versus the Irish. And the problem with that is that really it was kind of the complete opposite of that. It was a battle of the first time Hiberno Norse people became Hiberno Norse people. So it's very derogative to say that Irish people expelled the Vikings from Ireland. First of all, because there's never been a single time in the history of mankind where Vikings, an entire culture of people, have just been exiled. You don't do that. They tried it with the Bretons of England. That didn't work. The Ottomans. Oh yeah, by the way, I murdered a pooch. Speaking of violence, they tried it with the Ottomans. Tried it by exiling the Christians from the country. That didn't work. And for the most part, it just I don't know. It was a common misconception. And in Baz Battles, he said, "Oh yeah, the Irish fought with the Vikings of Ireland." That's not what happened at all. And it's a little bit. it just made me a little bit upset to be like, people probably took that as like fact, which it really isn't. So as entertaining as he is, don't use him as a historical source. So yeah, just take care with that.
Don't use your little guy as like a historical essay.
Yes, exactly. Don't reference him. Don't use Harvard referencing with this guy. So I don't know. Take care of that. It's still very interesting though, and he did a video on the Battle of Hastings, which I thought was very interesting. So, to make a very long story very short, is that that war, the War of Brian Boru, was it also killed many people. And the War of Brian Boru was not a war of Irish people versus Vikings. It was a war of I don't know. It was a war of the South versus the East of Ireland, to be very, very simplified of it. So just be careful, always using YouTube as a source of history. I say that as someone talking to you as a YouTube historian right now, but that doesn't matter. But yeah, just basically that's what I was basically talking about. And that song, so I didn't get a history lesson with this too. It's value for money. What's going on with this? I wasn't paying attention at all to what's going on. Is anyone winning? Is anyone doing well?
Yeah, you've killed a couple of my guys.
Fantastic. That's what we like to hear. I'm gonna buy probably a archer just to maybe hold down the territory that I have taken. And now it is your turn. So,
okay, here we go.
Rotten. So
My go.
It is your go. So it seems like I have got control of the south, which is what I was hoping to do. Mainly because now there's a small little island, but I want to take this house up. It's a nice house. It's a good house. I think it's beautiful. She doesn't seem interested. She's afraid. There's a lot of wild dogs. It hasn't really been tamed yet. And for the most part, I think she is going to end up... I don't know what she's going to do. Or she could
One shot.
She could murder my dogs. Oh, you're not going to kill me, are you? What the fuck is this? Well, that is really bad. Now 2 of my pooches are isolated. Oh, that's really bad, because now I only have one... I have one pooch with 3 HP up there, and I have another pooch with full HP. But pooches are not very good when the pooches are by themselves. They don't get the critical hit bonus. So, oops. They are separated, but if I can get another pooch up there, and then maybe get my rangers to hold the fort. Really, I just need to hold this location. I don't need to take any more. Although if I could deal damage to your guy, to your commander. I think I mentioned this, but if you kill the commander or conquer the fort, then you win. And her commander is isolated at the moment. I really shouldn't have said that out loud, but he is all alone right now. But if I went down south and focused my attack down there, I'd have a lot more money to maybe eventually more securely take the field. So, I don't know, it's tough. George has opted to take my beautiful house, that I was just talking about how much I liked, so thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, I should note that you might have noticed you're just murdering all of my infantry. Oh my god, you one-shot him again! Alright, Knight's hard counter pooches, as it turns out. Who'd have thought? But I should mention that the amount of gold per turn that you get is equal to the health on your house multiplied by 100. So if you have 10. So if you have like 9, this house is at 90%, so it will gain 90 gold per turn. Your house gains an extra, I think it's 10 HP every turn, I could be wrong about that. So next turn this house will be at 10 HP, and then it will get 100 gold per turn. So yeah, basically that is how you earn money in this game. I shouldn't have skimmed past that, but it's not, money isn't important, it's not.
No, money's not important.
No, it's really not. So her wagon is in a vulnerable position, but I am far more worried about this knight that can one-shot my pooches. So personally, I feel like my next mission should be to eliminate any knights that come my way. And oh look, a knight! I wonder where she got the idea to make that. And oh flip, that's okay. It's just an infantry. I can take care of that. But yeah, the first thing I should do right now, I think, is to take out the knights and then start taking territory for myself. I also need to reinforce the south because it's looking kind of dodgy down there. So can I ask,
yes,
what do you think of this game so far?
I love it. I'm in love with it. Like that's probably why I haven't talked as much, because I've just had so much fun with it.
You're thinking that is a very valid strat. This guy up here is really He is not, he is running away from battle. He was like, I should have been in
Oh, you see, well, he's a healer, and all your guys will have to go through the mountains, which is rough terrain, which is harder to travel through. So, as he is a squishy boy, I've put him right behind the mountains so no one can reach him, but he can still reach the tower to heal it.
Oh, I see. Can he heal buildings?
Yep.
I didn't
And
know
that's
that.
my main fortress, so...
Oh, I see. That's very interesting. Fantastic. That is very... Okay, fair enough. So there's the tactic. So it seems like George's main fortification is coming from the northeast of her thing. Whereas mine at the moment is kind of everywhere. That's not really true. But mine at the moment is more focused towards the north and southern areas. But the interesting thing is the battle at the moment is kind of going on towards the south. That really seems like where it's going on. But yeah, I do want to talk more about kind of how good this game is, because I don't know, I've had kind of an itch for like a good strategy game, especially a good multiplayer strategy game.
Yeah.
Because like think about it, how many good multiplayer strategy games can you think
There's
of?
so few, even with Disgaea. Disgaea is one of my favourite games because it's so off the wall crazy, but there is so much in depth to it. If you know how to play it well, you will play it well.
Yeah.
But the downside is, especially with the Steam version, is you can't really play against your friends.
Yeah, can you not?
No.
There's no multiplayer at all in that.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either. Oh, this guy is not looking good. How did he survive? I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, bless him, he's trying his best.
I'm going to kill him with the pooch that you murdered the friend of. No, I'm gonna actually think this idea through. For fucks. Oh, I can show off my unit's special ability. I think. So first,
I don't know, I think they have to reach 100% before they can do their special ability.
Can they? Oh, really?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yeah, you're right. He's only at 28%. How do you build?
Really? Mine's already at like 47.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. You're so much better at this game than I am. It's so amazingly tactical. But no, sorry, we were saying about Disgaea, because
Yes.
yeah, it's yeah, I know there is I know the single player much better. Oh, you just did that. Oh, wow, that's so cool! Did you see that animation? Oh, you're about to see it now. That was amazing.
That was cool.
But I'm not even mad. I wouldn't be because I'm winning. But yeah, the thing I've noticed about this multiplayer like strategy games is there really isn't that many to talk of. Like there's really card games are the closest thing you can get to like a multiplayer strategy game, and it's mainly because strategy games are tough because really when you play a strategy game, the best strategy you tend to have is to just kind of camp and turtle up and wait for the other person to move in on you. And it's hard to make a strategy game that doesn't encourage that kind of play style. But at the same time, that's not fun, you know? It isn't entertaining to watch someone turtle up and not do anything, you know? Which is why strategy games are so hard to do a multiplayer version of. Whereas in this game, we haven't really seen it, but there is kind of an element of maybe I should turtle up and kind of hold it to myself. I don't know. I'm very new to the game. All I know is that it's much more oriented towards maybe the infantry are much more oriented towards oh dear, this guy's really strong. Oh, I can't tackle him. Oh, he's positioned perfectly. Let me finish this turn so I can finish this train of thought. I'm gonna attack him with my archer to weaken him just a little bit for now. And then I'm probably going to just chip away damage. Oh, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
But this guy's vulnerable to archers.
Oh, I hope not.
I think they might be. Archers are the ones with flowers in their hair.
Are they?
They are, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Apparently, knights are vulnerable to archers, which is good because I pretty much exclusively use pooches and archers at the early game. What else can I do? I can probably move this guy up to maybe support up there. Next thing I'm going to do is, can I make any more units? I can not. What are the other things I can do in this turn? My turn hasn't ended, which means there's something I have left to do. Where is my? I always forget what the places where you can build look like.
Yeah, same. They're very well hidden.
I'm forgetting so. Oh, it's this guy, of course. Oh, that is. Oh. You know what? Oh, I can't capture him. Oh, I can. Alright, so Poochie Boy is going to go here.
Oh.
And this person is going to... Wait, I can't capture that. What? Oh, I see. I am going to attack this. Oh, and by the way, these towers, capturing these you take a lot of damage. Like I had the first attack with this, and we did the same amount of damage to each other. That is how strong towers are. Which is why taking houses is a very, very valuable thing to do. Now I think there's one pushy boy, and I'm going to put him here. And I'm not going to attack it because I don't want to murder another dog. So, but yeah, multiplayer games is basically. Not many strategy games have multiplayer. Card games are the closest thing you kind of get to multiplayer strategy games. And from all I can think of is really Hearthstone, which is not a game I think extremely highly of. I think it's a little... Oh no, my archers! By the way, I'm looking at her screen. I'm totally screwed. So if I seem a bit ahead of you, it's not because the audio is desynced, it's because I am cheating and I'm looking at her thing. Look how happy this dog looks.
Which
Did you see
dog?
the dog in the bottom
Yeah,
right-hand
he
corner?
was so happy.
The extremely enthusiastic
Oh
push.
my god, my Pooch looks so proud when he does the
Oh,
attack.
he's rolling over.
Oh.
That's so cute. Look, everyone look at the Pooch. Oh, is he doing the commander thing, or is it just because he's assisting?
I think that's his like team because he can't fight on his own because he's a dog.
Oh, yes, that makes a lot of sense to me. I was wondering how they were gonna make a Pooch a commander of this. Also, oh my god, this episode has gone way over time. I should have ended this ages
Oh,
ago.
really?
So I might end the episode
Yeah, sure.
just at the end of your turn, so you can finish this turn.
Oh no, you mean like whichever you
Oh no, it's
decide.
fine. A bit of
Okay.
continuity will kind of keep you going. So not to worry. Oh, I'm so sorry. This episode been like twice as long as it should have been. Oops. I might cut this one in half actually.
Yeah, sure.
I might do a bit of the old cheeky editing. Oh, I'm not gonna have to go through YouTube editing. Oh, I hate.
Oh, you can always cut it now. We can make them out.
Not a bad idea. No, it's okay. Finish your turn,
Okay.
and I will, because I don't want to make it so the episode ends halfway through a turn. You know, that'll be a bit unprofessional. But no, we can finish off with this. But yeah, for the most part, I don't mind it. But I think I was telling you about this editing software I started to use. I mentioned it briefly in my Nuzlocke series I'm doing. But it was called Miro, M-I-R-O. It's like a free software that you can use like cut and edit videos.
Oh really?
In theory, yes. But it's not great, and anyone who's watching this, if you need an editing software, don't use Miro because it's not very good. It's very slow, it's kind of clunky, and it's just bad times all around. So yeah, what I would recommend, what's the name of that editing software that you use?
What do I use?
It's
I think. Oh no, I've forgotten. I'm sorry. I'll need to check
I
on the
will
break.
put the name of it in the description of this video. I will put it down to there. But yeah, because I used that once, and cutting that video in half. I went over to your house and you were like working this arts project, and I was like, oh, it's okay. While you're doing that, I might as well try to learn how to edit a video. That's taken me days at my house, and I opened up George's video editor. It took maybe 5 minutes, 2 minutes. I was like, now what am I gonna do?
Oh, I think it was a PowerSoft.
That was it, yeah.
Oh wait, no, that was my screen recorder.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
no, maybe that was what you used.
We will Google it and we will put it in the description when we find out what the hell we're talking about. She uses a PowerSoft for something. I don't remember what that is, but I recommend that too. Just go watch her videos. She's better at YouTube than I.
No.
But yeah, for the most part, finding free editing software is very tricky. And for the love of all that is good and holy, if anyone can like suggest to me any type of software that can just cut a video in half, please help me, I'm dying. But for that, we're going to call this episode here. I think it was long, but you're not going to know the difference. And in the next episode, we're going to play more of this, and it's looking like the conclusion will be coming. I'm not going to say who I think is going to win, but I'm just going to say that I'm going to end the video so that she stops looking at me like that. So I will see you all next time. Thank you, and goodbye. Do you want to say goodbye to the lovely people?